was about 272 words. Okay. Well, the main fellow who spoke there at the dedication of that cemetery was a fellow named Edward Everett. He talked for over 2 hours. And because he was a public speaker, he was a professional public speaker, and people would come and listen to a fellow like that talk. And they was disappointed whenever I talked for just a little while. So, if you listen to the speech, it has a past, a present, and a future. You talk about the founding of our country, way back when, and then how we got to the point where there's a war, and then what the future of the country could be like. So, the way and starts off 87 years ago. A score of something is 20.
Right.
So it's 87. You're going back to 1776, the founding of our country. 87 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation. And see, you would immediately think that mothers would bring forth something, but in this case, it's our political fathers who brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. And that was the past. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. So it's not just about our country, but any country founded on the idea of people being created equal. Lost my place. Can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of this war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little know, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be here dedicated to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great work before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you. That was awesome.